Well, if you want the honest answer to that, the answer is nobody knows. So, yeah, if you saw the title and you're like, when is alt season? We're all wondering that. Everybody in the crypto space, we're feeling frustration, all that kind of stuff. You know, the trust we're holding, the native coins we're holding, all that kind of stuff. I would never have guessed. Like, I was doing a lot of videos down here beginning of last year, beginning of 2024. And if you had asked me then, I would have never thought that I would have been doing a video in March of 2025 and the bull run still hadn't started for the altcoins. But here we are, right? Here we are. We're all wondering when things are going to pop off. If you want to know when, it's probably next month. It's always next month. Next month, we're going to see tremendous gains. The truth is nobody knows when. I've heard just, you know, that obviously opinions are all over the place. Some people think that March could be this month, you know, could be when things kind of kick off. That's a possibility. I would hope sooner than later. You know, just because we've got with a Grayscale trust like LTCN, we have the looming conversion of LTCN to an ETF, which would destroy a premium play. And I've talked about that. But, you know, we don't know when the SEC, by the way, could or would. I assume they would approve it. We don't know when. And timing is pretty critical. Like, if you haven't seen that video that I put out a while back, you know, if the bull run were to start fairly soon, there's still a time for a premium play before a conversion were to take place. In fact, if there were to be nice premiums on the trust, the SEC might actually deny the conversion to an ETF. We might still be in competition though with other Litecoin ETFs, like from Canary, which would put some downward pressure, I think, on the premiums on LTCN. But anyway, so I've already talked about that in other videos. So this video, I just kind of want to talk about the alt season, like when we're going to see moves. I don't know when. This whole cycle is just very different. I remember posting, it was probably like 10 months ago, like in April or May, I came out with a video. I'm like, don't miss the Filecoin and the Digibyte runs, because that's when they had run previous cycle, and they didn't. Just today, Digibyte was up about 27%, which is nice, but you know, things have been pretty quiet, you know, overall. It kind of heated up a little bit. In some cryptos, you know, everything moves differently. But for the wide swath of cryptos that you're probably in, if you're a native crypto, a lot of people that watch my channel are, yeah, everybody's just kind of waiting on, you know, when things are actually going to pop off. I would, if we're not in an altcoin bull run, you know, by May or June, I'm gonna be like, what the hell is going on here? Because it's been a long time. It is, seriously, it's been a long time since the last cycle. And, you know, there are a lot of obviously bigger macro factors out there that are affecting everything. But if we don't pop off by like June, I'm gonna start to worry a little bit. It's funny, this is over a year ago. I remember I did a response video here, actually. They said, what makes you so confident in the fact that there's going to be another crypto bull run? And I remember I came out with a video and I was like, well, if there isn't, we're living in a wacko world. It kind of feels like that. Who knows what's going to happen? But I'm excited. I think it's like a lot of people have pointed out that, you know, things are different this time. And it could be, you know, that the markets they're just trying to figure out what the hell to do. And I still think that it's going to be one of the best bull runs ever when things finally do kick off, because we have an increased interest by institutions and individuals. And, you know, there's this talk about the Bitcoin strategic reserve. With the US, now that Trump is in office, I would assume that it would be a crypto strategic reserve, not just a Bitcoin, but I could be wrong. We'll see when everything actually gets settled. But you know, it could be really good, especially if there's a focus on US based cryptos. There are a number of cryptos out there that are US based, or at least the founders were based in the US. And then so among them, we got Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, right? And that would be good for us. A lot of us are in LTCN and BCHG. And there are a lot of other cryptos that people are probably in as well. that are US based. So if something like that were to come along and we were to have like a US based crypto reserve, or one that is heavily weighted on US based ones, I think would be good. Obviously for us, I heard you've probably seen talk like about the potential of Trump trying to get tax laws changed so that we don't have capital gains on crypto gains, right? I don't think that would happen. The president can't make that decision on their own. That obviously has to pass the House and the Senate. I don't think it'd be awesome if we had that. Honestly, it would be so awesome. I think capital gains taxes are criminal, just like most taxes, because we already pay taxes on the stuff that we earn, and then we, of our own free choice, we make a decision to invest in something that is risky, that is speculative, hopefully not too risky, hopefully not too speculative, but still we're taking a chance, right? And we don't get a tax break if we have losses. At least like the losses they allow you to write off are so pathetic, small. They don't care about your losses. They care about your wins. And that's, investing. We'd all love to win all the time, but that's not the reality of investing. But I don't think realistically that we would see a situation where capital gains taxes would be gotten rid of for crypto or anything else. It would be nice. I know there's been talk like in Florida here, maybe some other states too, but the possibility of getting rid of real estate taxes. Which would be awesome, because again, it's one of these scams again, where like if you buy land and you build a house, or you park your RV on it, or you buy a place and you pay off your mortgage, you never technically own the place. You never own the land, because if you don't pay property taxes, then the government's going to come and take it. And so you never really have true property ownership here in the US, and probably a lot of countries. But that's one of the scams that's out there. I would like to see nothing more than a lot of the institutions and the things that we have in this world just come crumbling down, because I think they are just the biggest scams out there. But it is what it is. We have to live with it. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I don't know when alt season is going to start. I check every day, like my native portfolio. I check on that, see how things are going, and I'm just kind of counting down the days, like when things are going to pop off. It's kind of nice that we crossed over into a new tax year. Gave a lot of people the opportunity to do a couple things. One is to put some additional money into like an IRA, which is good. Like if they can invest in crypto, either directly, like in a crypto IRA, which I don't have experience with, but I've heard you can get these, or indirectly, like through the Grayscale Trust, which is good. And also, a lot of people, including myself, like I stopped investing, pretty much in Grayscale. I think it was like April of last year, because at that time I was thinking, I'm like, well, bull run's going to kick off probably in October, November, and the runs for the trust might be over, late spring, early summer. And I wanted to be able to achieve long-term capital gains tax rates and cash out. So I'm like 11 months out, even on the, the latest tranches that I purchased, they will achieve long-term capital gains rates, which is good. I don't want to pay the government any more than I have to. And I think a lot of people are probably in the same boat. We're all hoping and wishing that the Grayscale Trust would be back to the prices they were about a year ago, when things was really mooning. They appeared to be mooning. But like I've said, like next cycle, man, especially like in my IRA accounts, when stuff like that happens, when an unnatural run-up occurs, I'm definitely going to sell off a good portion of whatever I'm holding, because it's just not normal for things to start mooning months in advance. But, now that I've said that, next cycle will be different. And when things start to moon early, that's probably when the bull run's actually going to start. And I'll be a dumbass and I'll sell off my shares, or a good portion of them, right before things actually rocket. You know that's what's going to happen. So just because we've had to wait longer for this cycle than we have in previous cycles, that probably means the next cycle is going to be shortened. It's going to come before we think. That's probably what's going to happen. No guarantees, obviously. Nothing ever is. Nothing is financial advice, obviously, like I say. I see comments, you know, like from people every once in a while. You always get the Debbie Downer people, like, who will comment on my channel and say, well, you lied to us, Ethan. You said Grayscale was going to be a great investment. You know, these trusts are dead. They're not moving. I get it. I think a lot of this comes from people who got in when the prices were starting to moon last, like end of Q1, beginning of Q2 last year. And so there was a lot of hype, right? It's a FOMO buying. And if you bought in, if that's where you bought in, especially for the first time, I mean, now you're looking at your holdings and you're like, shit, I'm like down significantly. And that's not fun. But, you know, one thing I would say about this is like, that's what the trust did prior to the bull run, right? So that means you still have life in them, right? Premiums are still in play, right? Which is good, which means that they're not dead. They just seem that way right now because we haven't started the bull runs yet. Now, one thing I would make a note of too, I want to talk about this in a separate video. I'll just throw this in here. Since I'm not making a ton of videos recently, been busy with a lot of stuff. And, you know, one of the things that's a little bit odd to me is that last cycle, LTCN especially, the premiums kicked off like a rocket right away, like before actually Litecoin took off. And, you know, we haven't seen that, you know, and for BCHG, for example, and this is like, if you look at, I mean, like when I started talking about Grayscale stuff, Bitcoin Cash was like $100 and it's a little under $400 right now. So it's like 4 times that, what it was. And we have a premium on BCHG. We had a discount of BCHG at the time, you know, about 2 years ago, a little less than 2 years ago when I was talking about this stuff. But yeah, I'm surprised that premiums aren't higher. They haven't kind of pre-exploded, but we will see. I don't know when they'll take off, like when we'll see premiums really rise quite a bit. I think, like, I'm not sure what the premium play in LTCN is going to be anymore. I talked about this in the last video or two that I put out. I have no idea because it's driven by sentiment, right? And yeah, I mean, it's pretty well known that we have a number of organizations filing for Litecoin ETFs. Canary is one of them, and there are a couple others too, I think. And then obviously Grayscale has filed to convert LTCN to an ETF. Now, I don't know how much premium play is going to be in there. Like if I were, like in my son's Roth, which doesn't have a whole lot in, it's got like 8 grand in there. So I did move some of the LTCN holdings to HZen and Mana, just because they theoretically have pretty good returns. And I was like, okay, well, those trusts have, like, in my opinion, have 0 chance of getting an ETF this cycle. So not to say that they won't next cycle, but at least this cycle, I see 0 chance of them actually getting, you know, an ETF application in. So I moved some of his LTCN into HZen and Mana just to see what they can do. We've got really good price predictions for both of those cryptos, and or the cryptos related to the trust there, HZen and Mana. And Caesar's done a number of videos on those in the past. If you haven't gone back and seen those, definitely check those things out because they've got really good potential outcomes there. Obviously, nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball. We all wish we did. As I've said in the past, we wish we had a crystal ball. It would make things a lot easier, but we don't. What else do I want to say here? So I'm not making a ton of videos. Just got a lot of things going on in life. At some point, like, I'll be making more videos, probably when when things really start popping off, but not right now. Oh, I do want to talk about, people have asked about the some of the native cryptos that I hold, some of the big ones. So let me talk about those, actually. Let me just sit down. So I've got, it's kind of funny, it was like almost not quite 2 years ago, like last June, I actually did a video out here. It's when I kind of rebooted my channel. I started talking about investing stuff. And one of the first videos I did was about Bitcoin Cash and what I thought I could do this cycle. And, you know, that's kind of how things got kicked off. And then I started talking about Grayscale stuff and all that kind of good stuff. And that's where I got a lot of people that joined me. The biggest number of people, though, on my channel probably don't, they didn't come along when I was talking about investing. They came along prior to that during the COVID years, where I was talking about the government and the shots and everything, all that kind of stuff, which is where I got the bulk of subscribers to my channel. I don't even think they watch. I know a few of them do because they're invested. They've actually said that, you know, they've followed me for a couple of years. But let me talk about some of the native cryptos that I've got that I think are going to do really well. Obviously, I've got some Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, some Stellar Lumens, stuff like that, but not nearly as much as what I have in Grayscale. It's pretty much all in Grayscale for those cryptos, or for the trust related to the cryptos, because of the premium play, right? But other coins that I have, other cryptos that I have, I just want to talk about these. Everybody's gonna be different, but I figured I'd just talk about some of the ones I've got because I've been asked. I've got a pretty big position in SHIB, and I think I did that because it's done very well in the past, and I think I think it could do pretty well again this cycle. So a nice position in SHIB. I've got 3 altcoins that I think have really good potential, like 50x potential possibly, and those are DENT, TEL coin, and holochain or holotoken, HOT. I think those 3 cryptos are going to do very well. I've got also positions in Multiverse X, which used to be called eGold, and VeChain, Zilliqa, and a couple others. But those are some of my bigger positions in native crypto that I'm just kind of watching and seeing what they can do. It's a real crapshoot. Obviously, it's all, you know, whenever we make investments in crypto or anything, we kind of look at the fundamentals. Why do we want to get in there? And we try to do our best to make an evaluation as to what we think is going to do well. But we don't put usually all of our eggs in one basket. Sometimes we do, sometimes people do, but usually people diversify a little bit just because nobody knows for sure, right? If you knew the winning ticket, if you had the crystal ball, you'd put it all on the winning horse, but nobody knows that in advance. But I think those will do pretty well. I really like DENT, TEL, and HOT. If you don't know where to get these, by the way, like if you use something like Trust Wallet, it makes it, you can get these really easily. You can swap like Ethereum or another Ethereum token for DENT, TEL, and HOT right in your Trust Wallet. You could do it in Exodus Wallet too, although I've heard some not great things about Exodus Wallet, about their swaps. I forget who they use as the back end for their swaps. It's like either Change Now or Change Angel or somebody, but whoever they use, and I forget which one it was, they've gotten kind of a bad rap. Like if you try to swap a certain amount of crypto, like they can hold up your crypto transaction and say, well, you need to provide documentation, like KYC documentation, and they won't let the transfers go through. Versus, I think if you just do the swap inside of Trust, I think they use somebody else that doesn't have those issues. So if you're gonna swap stuff, I'd probably recommend Trust over Exodus for a wallet. What else? I'm all over the board with stuff I'm talking about in this video here, but like I said, it's been a while since I did a video, so I just want to shoot a bunch of topics here. If you guys want me to do a video on something, anything, you know, let me know in the comment or post something in Discord too. By the way, Discord is open if you want to join the crew that's having a discussion about all types of investing, especially crypto, Grayscale investing. A link will be in the pinned comment below, so definitely check that out. It's free to join. There's a good crew there. I haven't been going. I check in usually once a day. I just don't get involved in conversations much lately. I haven't been, but I usually check in and see what's going on. So the good crew of people there, good information out there on investing, because everybody has different opinions on crypto and other stuff that I think is valuable to hear. This is how, like, one of the benefits of social media like YouTube and stuff is that we can get opinions from actual real world people and not stuffy old financial advisors that are just going to tell us to put our money in index funds. Nothing against index funds. I'm going to put money in index funds, and I've got some in index funds now too, but I'll put more in after the bull run. But still, like, they often will not even talk about crypto or the Grayscale trust at all. By the way, I saw that Grayscale has filed for or opened a couple new trusts right now for accredited investors only. But the good news is for next cycle, we should have these trusts available to us publicly. So one of the trusts, I talked about this months ago. I'm like, Grayscale should do like a Dogecoin trust. And sure enough, they have one. It's private placement only right now. And I don't know how long it'll be locked up and made private. At least 6 months, maybe longer. But I would count on that one being available and open to us for next cycle, which is pretty cool because Doge it's got a big name. It's got a big name. I think it's going to do well this cycle, especially just like with everything that's going on with the government and Elon and Trump and the Doge department, which is such a great name for what's going on and you know, some of the crap they're finding out, the waste in government. We've needed this for a long time, actually, in the U.S. and probably in a lot of countries too. You could probably use something like this in your own country if you're not based in the U.S., like your own Doge, to just look into all the corruption and the bullshit and the ways that our money, our hard-earned money, is being misspent on a bunch of baloney. Yeah, so anyways, I've talked about a lot of things here. Hope you guys are doing well, and I don't know, let me know if you want me to talk about something in particular. I might launch a live stream or two once we get into the thick of things and just kind of, you know, have a discussion about things. If you'd like me to do a live stream before then, let me know, and I might be open to doing that too. We can just shoot the shit, talk about whatever it is that you guys want to talk about, cover, whatever. Yeah, hope you guys are doing well, and greetings from it was sunny earlier, a little cloudy right now, but definitely warm Florida. I'm just down here for a while, but enjoying it down here. Hope you guys are doing well, and hello from the Grayscale mansion, which is in the back there. And yeah, that was named by the viewers after I was telling the story about how I bought this place after the last Grayscale run last cycle. So I hope things go well with the Grayscale. I know a lot of you have been invested for a long time. You've been listening to me or other people for a long time. And our patience is kind of running thin. I know for all of us, we're all kind of wondering like when things are going to actually kick off. But I think we're all going to be pretty happy with the results. We obviously don't have guarantees, and with the unknowns being thrown into the mix with the Grayscale LTCN ETF conversion application, you know, we have no idea what's going to happen with the premiums there. I would hope that, let's say that conversion happens before the bull run. I would hope that the ETF for Litecoin would propel Litecoin higher than it otherwise would have gone, and we'll still have really good returns in the LTCN because of it, but we'll have to wait and see. None of us knows for sure. Hope you guys are doing well. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, you guys take care.